Hello and welcome. I am Adari Gregan, and I am back for more Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Today we're getting into Episode 8, and last time, well, not a whole lot happened, and yet a whole lot happened. We lost Mekamaru after a seriously good, yet not really close battle against Mahito. Geto, true to his word, did not intervene, nor did he really need to. Mekamaru did find some of Mahito's weak points, but he unfortunately did not even get close to killing him or even really maiming him that badly. Still, he went out like a real one. He showed just how strong and creative he was and how well he's been using his time locked away. Unfortunately, it was all for naught. And having finished their, I suppose, their test, if you would, the Disaster Curses and Geto have decided to move on to their main event, I suppose. The Shibuya Incident, which is the name of this episode. I'm incredibly excited for this because when you literally name an episode after the arc title, and the arc spans almost a core and a half, so like it's almost like 16, 15 episodes, you know things are going to get crazy. And this is going to clearly be a massive turning point in the story, especially since we got the extended Gojo past arc, the hidden inventory arc. So since we had such a long arc before this one, clearly this is going to be serious. I'm incredibly excited for it. I can't wait to see what we got. And especially because last episode ended with Gojo arriving on the scene. He's like the all might of this world. It's hard not to feel at least a little bit at ease now that he's here. And yet I can't feel all that much at ease because everything is clearly going exactly as they wanted it to. We know their plan is to seal away Gojo and to capture Yuji. Those are like their two conditions for victory that Geto has mentioned back in season 1. So we'll see how exactly they plan to do that and what their plan is. But considering this is the start of the arc and the veil's been lowered on Shibuya, I don't really like our chances. I've got a feeling this episode is mainly going to be about giving us perhaps a false illusion of security with Gojo before the rug is going to be pulled from under us around the end of the episode or maybe at the midway point. That's kind of my prediction of how things are going to go, and then things are going to just devolve from there. But we'll see how it goes. I'm not really in the business of predicting. I'm more, my specialty is in analysis, so we'll just hop right in and see what we can take out of it. Now, before we get started, if you do enjoy the video, please do like it. It helps with the algorithm and it shows me that you enjoy the content I'm making. If you don't enjoy it, please leave a comment as to why. I would love to improve, and then you can subscribe and watch me improve. If you do like me, obviously subscribe. It helps you get notified whenever new videos come out. So with all that housekeeping out of the way, though, I'm just going to go ahead and hop into Jujutsu Kaisen I almost said season 8. That's My Hero Academia. Season 2, episode 8. Gojo arrives on the scene. Shibuya Hikarie at 8:38. And this is Halloween. Apparently it's based on an actual, there are certain events like the knocking over of a truck that like actually happened.
この下を中心に外と同じ一般秘術師を閉じ込める帳が降りてるのか。
Ooh. Okay, so it's a veil upon a veil. Oh, that's so Gojo. It's not quite crowd surfing, but I guess it's how he'd do it.
なんとなく狙いは分かったかな。
And also people were saying to bring out Gojo Satoru, so clearly they're not even hiding the fact that this is exactly what they want. Is that Mei's like child or little brother?
それをしに今から渋谷に行くんだよ。
あ、そうなの。
返せ。
返せ。
Kaise.
姉様にバックアップをさせる
Ah, it's his brother, yeah.
五条悟、贅沢な男ですね。
A
彼をそ
sneaky
の辺の
son.
男と同レベルで考えてはいけないよ。
Are you not?
ああ、ういうい。お前はほんとういやつ。
Okay, so that's like a family thing.
姉様がめでているのは
ういうい
家族ではなく家族という雇用関係でしょ。
What?
よくわか
Oh,
っている
his evaluation was postponed.
好きだよ。
Yeah, what is happening? I
早く行こ
don't.
うよ。
What a
Hi,
strange
Meme.
relationship.
へ
Hi, Meme.
え。虎杖君、行き先変更だ。
え？
明治神宮前駅に渋谷と同様の帳が降りた。私た
Meiji
ちはそち
Shrine.
ら
Oh,
に向かう。
interesting.
走るよ。ついておいで。
おっす。
I wonder if this is going to be like distractions, try to keep people from intervening. Since obviously their main goal is, their main objective here is Gojo.
準備バッチリってわけだ。
So he doesn't know that Geto's alive, right?
来たな。
Oh.
これで負けたら言い訳できない
Anami
よ。
Volcano Head and the guy we don't know
貴様
yet.
こそ初めての言い訳は考えてきたか。
Wow. Shibuya Jihen. Oh, exciting. Very exciting. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe Gojo knows that Geto's alive yet. So that's going to be crazy if that happens. I wonder if that's what they're banking on. It totally could be, actually. Unless Gojo didn't actually kill Geto, like the implication was. In which case, he might not be surprised to see him again. There's so many ways this could go. It almost feels pointless to try to predict it. Oh, and while this is going, one of the, as usual, Alex, one of my commenters pointed out that Mahito's name isn't the Mahito I originally thought, where it's like demon human. It's Mahito, Ma being true, so it's like a true human. So he's like a true human, which is, it really builds up the idea that he's like this true humanity, right? This next generation, this pure humans, which Volcano Head was preaching about. They're like, that the goal is to switch the places of curses and humans. That's really interesting. The fact that Mahito's name is literally like a true human.
全体を覆う一般
So
人を閉じ込め
interesting.
る帳。その内側地下5階のホームを中心に術師を入れない帳が降りています。
Mm-hmm.
2つの帳の間にこれらの帳を下ろしている呪霊か呪詛師がいます。
間、
Mm.
中心のホームじゃなくて。
おそらくですが、自分も外に出るデメリットを抱えて結界強度を上げているのだと思います。すでに2名の補助監督がやられています。それから
Yeah, being between the two bells probably gives you equal strength to maintain both of them.
まだ断言はできない
Even though
の
normally
で
you'd
す
expect it to be in the center of the inner
構わ
one
ないよ。
to keep that one strengthened. But they're both equally important here. Would be my assumption.
帳の間に
Transfigured humans between. Oh,
改造され
of
た
course
人
there
間がいま
are.
す。
Mahito. Ooh. Yeah. The like episode 13, I think it was, of last season, the mid-core finale, really set up the next clash between Mahito and Yuji, and I'm really excited to see that develop.
何してんの？急がねえと。
I wonder if in this arc we'll start to.
視覚を共有してい
Right, I
ます。
forgot she can do
集
that.
中力のいる作業です。静粛に。
I wonder if this arc will start coming back to
いい
the
って。
blurring the lines between humans and curses. Because that was something that was starting to build up in season 1, but there goes a crow. That was something that was starting to build up. It hasn't really been covered too much.
弱い改造人間をたくさん殺すのと強い呪霊を一体払うのどっちがいい？
Obviously the latter, right?
まあ君の場合後者だよね。
But
ここの駅
okay, no, but just you can go do that, and I'll deal with the humans, I
いる
assume.
のが地下4階。
It's like Donkey
一般人はほ
Kong.
とんど地下5階のホームにいると思う。
思う？
私が使ったカラスは重力を帯びているからね。地下5階には入れなかった。
Okay,
地
the
下に
males
逃
keep
げる
him
しか
out.
ない一般人を追いやって出来上がった状況ってとこかな。そして私のカラスが狩られたのが地下1階と地下2階の間。ここに帳を下ろしている呪霊か呪詛師がいる。再び上がってきた一般人を狩るつもりなのか、帳の条件の問題か、位置取りの理由も、そもそも地下5階隔離の目的も不明だが。
いるんだな。このすぐ下に。あいつが。
どうかな。継ぎはぎがを確認する前にカラスがやられてしまったからね。
Patch face.
改造人
Of
間
course,
がい
that's
る
what
とい
he's
う
talking
ことは
about.
そういうことなんだろう。
Mhm.
戦力を分けるのはどうかと思ったが、ぐずぐずしていては地下4階の一般人が全滅する。私たちは地下4階直通の7番出口から降りて一般人を救出する。
While you fight the big curse.
やばくなったら君も地下4階まで降りておいで。だが欲を言えば、君と私たちが合流する頃には帳が上がり、一般人は解放され、地下5階での相手方の目的が判明していてほしい。
Sounds reasonable.
大丈夫だよ、メイさん。俺はもう負けないから。
Ooh. Episode 13 again. Oh. Oh no, is it feeding on a person? Oh no.
何見てんだよ。
Oh. Oh god, it's still twitching.
お前。
It's like it's actually talking. No way, Mahito, did you
術師だろ。
only partially? No.
なあ、俺は賢いんだ。
継ぎはぎ顔の呪霊が来てるだろう。どこにいる？
Shoot.
はぎ。次はぎ。
He only did partial
顔
so
に
that
縫
they're
い
still
目のあ
like
るやつのことだ。
they're still conscious.
バカ
They're
にす
still
る
like
な。
sensible.
それくらい知ってる。俺は賢い。マヒトはした。俺はここで帳を守ってるんだ。
Oh.
マヒト。
So this one's like
俊平
special.
もそう呼んでたよな。いや、今は名前なんてどうでもいい。
結界術は難しいからね。強くてもできないやつは結構いるよ。僕は両方できるけどね。
こいつが
Had that last part.
2枚も。なんだかな。
Well, he's guarding it.
よくない。
Yokunai.
帳を守ってる。
Oh, that was
となると
what
あれが
Geto
かなり
had
怪し
back
い
in last
と
episode.
りあえずぶっ壊す。
He was holding it up. It was that little
形
nail.
を変えられた人間は味が落ちるんだ。俺は賢いから。
Yeah, so this isn't
世界
a
がわかる。
I was wrong, I think. I think this seems like this is a curse, not a transfigured human. I don't know why I thought that was a transfigured human.
どいつも
It's clearly a curse.
人間を舐めるのも。
Ignore everything I said before.
さてはお前賢くないな。俺が何の
That's true.
分かってないだろう。
Freaking
知ってい
Lotus.
るか。この世界は賢くないやつから死ぬんだ。
That's what you'd think,
あった
but
の呪いだろ。
Grasshopper. Oh my god, was he actually right? I mean,
こいつ
it's
賢いぞ。
very clever. What else would you be? I know I said Lotus, don't listen to me. I obviously meant Grasshopper. Obviously.
バッタの大発生に伴う大規模な災害。
Oh yeah, there we go.
だけで
See?
なく髪や着物、小屋、植物性のものはすべて食い尽くされる。
Yeah,
バッ
definitely
タ
a
の
lot of
成虫は
negativity
一日
around
で
them.
自分の体重と同じだけの量を食べ、総量1トンのバッタの群れは 1日で
Quite a pest
2500人分の食料を
for most of human history at that.
異様な咀嚼音は昼夜問わず響き渡り、群れの去った後の荒れ果てた大地とそれを覆うバッタが分泌した黒い粘液は平穏とは程遠い光景を描く。
Locusts aren't types
人
of
々はそ
grasshoppers,
の
are
悪魔
they?
のような昆虫を恐れ憎み呪った。
Actually, I mean, I guess they are. Huh. I've never really made that connection before. They are really similar. Yeah. Makes sense. He wouldn't just have some fodder guarding the veil. Oh, it's got arms. Ugh. Something about it makes me exceptionally uncomfortable. Oh, the human corpse, the headless corpse. Come on, Juju, let's see what you got.
前どっちだ。
多分小細工はないな。
何がだ。
賢いのか賢くないのか。俺は賢い。
So I've heard.
賢いやつはあまり自分のことを賢いって言わん。
そうなの。
Trying to convince yourself you are. He's sweating. I don't know if Locust can do that. But I guess Locusts don't also have human hands, so what do I know? Come on, Yuji.
手数勝負だ。2本腕対4本腕。
When did this turn into a boxing match? And I guess that's Yuji. Ooh! Ooh! Bullet punch!
でも顎も目も人間より俺の方が優れている。なのになんて。
Ooh. It's a literal rifle. It's just this is sounds. Oh, jeez. The demonic look from the Grasshoppers' perspective. Probably does look like a demon to you. Oh. It's got some acid.
でもやっぱり俺の方が賢い。
バッタは地中に散乱する。そのため腹部は伸縮し、先端が硬く通常時の3倍近く伸ばすことができる。
It's gonna use it as a pincer? Oh.
俺の勝ち。
I didn't notice it was like wielding it almost like a pincer. Oh. Oh, the purple blood. Oh.
だがそれ以上に
That's disgusting.
覚悟はできてるよな。
Can't
小
forgive
細
you
工
for
では
that.
埋まらない実力差が両者にはある。
Just like
姉
that.
様。はあ、帳が上がったね。虎杖君を待っ
They
て
had no trouble taking care of those. Oh, and he's praying for the humans he killed.
郊外がやられた
Meiji
か。
Shrine Station.
腕のいい
Coal
術師が
guy?
来てるね。
Interesting.
俺もやりたかったな。
Oh, Harajuku. Okay.
でも仕方ないよね。仕事だもん。
And it's a station right next to Shinjuku.
何が？
That's not why there's a veil here, right? Because they would need a veil around like every station around
君、
Shinjuku in that case, and that'd be ridiculous.
術式なしでここまでやるのは草壁以来じゃないかな。
継ぎはぎじゃなかった。
Kusakabe?
もしあいつが相手なら、
うん
こうはいかなかったよ。
I don't remember who that is.
あざっす、光栄です。
Not worth the trouble arguing.
遅かったかな。
おい、そこの人、大丈夫か？他の人たちは。
Traumatized? Oh, Hanami. Well, yeah, I guess because Hanami, yeah. Hanami and Volcano Head are there. So who's that last guy?
あの二人何喋ってんだ？
いや、4人だ。
逃げたのか。怪盗は
五条悟が一番力を発揮するのはどんな時かわかるかい？
もったいぶるな。話せ。
Why are they on a playground?
一人の時だよ。
Doesn't have to worry about others. Does he worry about others? I guess to a degree he does. Oh. Okay, yeah. Typical hostages. Yeah, because most of his attacks are like wide range attacks.
どんな術師でも彼の前では基本
I guess we'll get to see how refined he is, how
だからその
refined he can make his
非
attacks.
術師で周囲を固める。
Oh, jeez, just start igniting them. Oh. Weapon manipulation, slicing exorcism. Jeez. It's so funny watching these two disaster curses try to face off
術
against
式反転の最低出力
just Gojo.
順天のそれの2倍。非術師を巻き込む。
Wait. Oh shoot.
術式反転の
Double
最低
that
出力は順天のそれの
of
2
his
倍。
amplification.
非
Okay.
術師を巻き込まずに使うのはほぼ不可能だ。
Yeah, because
青も
it's
同様に
an AoE
有効な
attack
出
pretty
力ま
much.
で上げることはできないだろう。
But he doesn't need those for you to not hit him, right?
難しいはずだ。非術師にとってはダンプみたいなものだからね。ぶつかったら即死。この状況では五条悟はただ守りに徹するしかない。
Of course, Mahito's playing with the kids. Okay. Oh, domain amplification. Disappeared?
なるほど。というか、呪詛師と訓練だからそうくるか。領域転延、新影流の簡易領域と同じだな。
Same principle as the simple domain. Oh, interesting. So they can attack with their domains.
確実に術式を中和してくる。
Huh.
これなら僕にも
Interesting.
攻撃は当た
Because
る。
domains neutralize techniques.
やつの
Huh.
領域、無料空所はどうする？
無料空所の影響を受けないのは五条悟本人と彼が触れているもの
And
だけだろ
anyone
う。
he touches. Okay.
仮に彼に雑踏の中から君たちだけを領域内に閉じ込める技量があったとしても、かなりの数の非術師が無料空所と帳の間で圧死する。
Oh, interesting.
五条悟は領域を
That's why they're in the
展開
tunnels to create a
逆に
constricted
君たちも
space.
領域を展開しちゃいけないよ。
Can't get rid of your
大量の非術師を領
hostages.
域に入れたら彼も諦めて領域を展開せざるを得ない。
You need
領
them
域の
alive.
試合で勝ち目がないのは知ってるだろ。とにかく五条悟を
Ooh,
集
that
中
was a
させ
nice
るん
cut.
だ。呪霊攻略、 非術師救出。
おい、立つんだ。ほら、しっかりしろ。大丈夫だ。ほら、こっちに捕まって。
Whoosh. Oh. Just dead.
逃げるなと言ったはずだぞ。こうでもせんとわからんか。
That's mean.
驚いたよ。
なんだ、言い訳か。
ちげえよ、ハゲ。この程度で僕に勝てると思ってる脳みそに驚いたって言ってんだよ。
最低でも20分欲しい。その後は私と僕の
Prison realm. What is that? I figured they were stalling for time. Was that the whole episode, really? Wow. That went by fast. Huh. Alright. Interesting episode. About what I was expecting, except a little bit of a twist with Yuji there. And we didn't quite get the rug pulled out from under us yet, but definitely seems like Gojo's gonna put up more of a fight than I expected. Is he gonna put up more of a fight than I expected? I'm not sure. Because it does seem like the curses are just trying to basically play out the timer until, I guess, Geto gets here? I'm not sure. I assume he's the one who put up the veil, not Maki, though. Or I guess he used those cursed objects to pull up the veil? I don't know if you can do that. I mean, I guess you can, but I don't know. It's clearly a lot of moving pieces, so it's hard to fit them all together. But it's interesting watching it play out, though. And you know the first rule of making plans in Shonen, right? If you explain the plan as it's going on, it's going to work out. If you explain it before it starts happening, it's not going to work out. Usually that applies to protagonists, but I guess it works for the antagonists as much as the good guys.
強いだけ。次回渋谷事変開門。
What the
こ
heck?
いつ金は持ってるよ。
Gate open.
お前らマジなめんなよ。
Interesting. All right, so that was Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 8, the Shibuya Incident. I suppose the first proper start of the arc, since last time was really just setting up for it, and of course giving our farewell to Mekamaru. Interesting episode. Definitely a lot of pieces being laid out and slowly coming into piece. One of the commenters mentioned that I should get ready for basically just that, for the Shibuya incident to slowly, like, the pieces come together and to slowly see how this plan is forming. So it seems like we're really in the beginning stages of that. So they really like their veils on veils, it looks like. Because this one has the two veils, and it seems like the ones that Yuji was going to as well also had the double veils. At least I think that's what it was. And this was interesting. Mei Mei and her little brother, work relations treated as family. I mean, that's clearly a sibling, though, looking at them. Wee Wee and Mei Mei. Huh. Very strange relationship. Very Ne-sama relationship. If you've watched enough anime, then you already know the type. Then there's a change in destination. And it was lowered over the Meiji Shrine Station, which appears to be the station past Shibuya. Obviously, one of them. There's more than one, but... And they're going to that one. And it looks like that one is also multiple veils, I think. I'll see in a second, but... You don't have any excuses. This is the rematch. It's your chance for redemption, and I guess we'll see. I'm not going to stop clowning on Volcano Head, by the way. I do know his name, but I just don't care to say it. And Hanami's there too, and this guy's here too. He hasn't really done very much, so I've got this bad feeling that that's not going to be the same. That's not going to be the case forever. Okay, yeah, so it is another case of the double veils, which they seem to really like. And I guess in this case, it really was the cursed object, because that lowered I think the outer veil was getting rid of that, breaking that screw thing. And we've got a nice little visual for it. And he decides to take on the strong one because, of course, the transfigured humans, we've talked about this, the dealing with, they're still basically human in his eyes. And he's crossed that line, but that doesn't mean you can just do it, right? It's not just a one-off thing. Just because you kill somebody doesn't mean you're suddenly okay with killing. It just means that you've proven yourself capable of doing it, right? I think in fiction, it's easy to conflate the two of doing something or being able to do something, being willing to do something. And it's easy to forget that the human brain isn't, humans are adaptable, but we're not that adaptable. We're surprisingly stubborn in the worst ways and sometimes the best ways, however you want to interpret this. But Yuji has killed the transfigured humans back in his first encounter with Mahito back in like episode 12 or so, and he also killed the cursed human hybrid at the end of season 1. But that doesn't mean he's okay with killing. It just means that he's crossed that line and that he's now battling with himself over it. If anything, proving that you're capable of it would just invite further I suppose internal conflict within yourself. It would be like, I mean, it's against his very morals, right? It'd be like cheating on a test. If you lived as a teacher's pet, just because you did it once doesn't mean you can do it in the future. In fact, if anything, it might actually increase your revulsion towards it. If you have to do it again, like if you're going to fail class otherwise, sure, it might be a little bit easier to do because you don't have to cross that line for the first time. But I think even after doing it the first time, the idea of doing it, if anything, it might just become harder because you know how it feels now to do it. It's not just, I don't want to do it because it's wrong. It's, I don't want to do it because I've done it before and I did not like that. Is Yuji going to go the rest of the story without killing other humans or transfigured humans or human curse hybrids? Of course not. He's going to, but I think his struggle with it is really only just beginning, and we're going to see a lot more of that later. We're not going to see it here, though, because here is a curse. And for some reason, I was on my weird train where I was thinking that it was a transfigured human that was talking. I don't know why I thought that is clearly a curse. Transfigured humans are very like blob-like creatures. This is not only talking, but it's just, I mean, it's a grasshopper lotus thing, which I guess lotuses are grasshoppers. Either that or they're just both the same type of thing. Grasshopper might just be a common term and locusts are like a type of grasshopper. Very well could be the case. But it seems like it's a locust. So I'm not a biologist, in case you can't tell. Yeah, it's quite physically strong, and it's almost smart enough to realize that it isn't very smart. I'm clever. And then clever people don't go around calling themselves clever. I mean, yeah, right? Oh, jeez, come on. Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Come on. Come on. Right? There's a saying that goes, not this exactly, but the truly wise people or the truly intelligent people are the people who realize how little they know. There's like that parabola graph of how much you think you know versus how much you actually know. And like the more you learn, the more you think you know until you reach a certain threshold, in which case the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. And once you realize how much you don't know and once you accept how much you don't know, that's when you truly I think that's when you can truly consider yourself knowledgeable. If you think you know a lot, then you are on the other side of that bell curve, or I guess that inverted bell curve. I think it is. I suppose it is. If it's how much you don't know or how much you think you know. No, it's a bell curve. Yeah, because you don't think you know much when you don't know much. Then it curves up. You think you know a lot when you learn some more, and then you learn even more, and it goes right back down, and you realize you don't know anything. It's a similar train of thought, right? You think you're clever. But if you're really clever, you don't actually think you're clever because you realize just how clever people can be and just how far along, how much farther that path is, right? That's why people who are humble, people who have humility are generally seen as with higher regard, not just because they're not full of themselves, but because people who are full of themselves usually don't actually realize how much they don't know or how incompetent they are. Truly competent people do not go around saying they're competent. Now, they don't go around disparaging themselves saying, I don't know anything, but they would say, I don't know nearly as much as I could, right? And that's just what science is. It's like, that's one of the things I love most about science is that, especially in like the argument of like science versus faith, whether it's religion or otherwise, science is recognizing how little you know about the world and trying to learn more. Faith is more about filling in the blanks of what you don't know. I like science because I love admitting how little I know and trying to expand that. I find that thrilling. I would never call myself clever or intelligent. I might call myself more intelligent than a lot of people I've met. I might call myself intellectually gifted because I've been since I was a child. But am I intelligent? I wouldn't say so. I would say I'm on the path towards becoming intelligent, or I have a whole lot of a journey ahead of me before I can truly be intelligent, before I can proudly proclaim that. And I don't think I would ever be able to proudly proclaim that because I like to believe I'm on the other side of that curve where I'm not going to reach a point where I think I'm clever or I'm intelligent or I'm incredible. I think I'm always on that journey. And the more I'm on that journey, the longer I realize the road is. And I think that's something to be celebrated instead of dreaded. And then they go fist to fist, and Yuji just has his great poker face the whole time. I'm the only one getting hit. I always love these shots. It's like, if you've seen My Hero Academia season 4, when Deku's fighting against Overhaul, like Deku looks like a straight up villain in that fight because the direction of the episode decides to depict Deku from the perspective of Overhaul, who's getting his rear end handed to him. In this case, it's the same way, right? Like, we don't see Yuji as this demonic creature, but this freaking grasshopper curse does because he's getting obliterated by him. So the direction is like showing him as this crazy monster with his cursed energy so big it's going off the screen, these tendrils. It's just the typical like shadow with the pure white eyes. It's this terrifying entity because it's because that's how he looks to him. It's always great getting those, and he tries to use that thing, but yeah, Yuji is already on top of it. The veil gets lowered, and then the veil is lifted, and he prays. Yeah, he's at the body of the headless guy, praying for his departure. Someone who's denied a proper death. Wonder if we'll get back into that before too long. I want to fight them too. And he's just waiting. Nesama gave you a compliment. Accept it already. If I ran, you would kill everyone human in here. Nope. We'll do that anyways. And they point out some interesting but sensible weaknesses of Gojo. If he's surrounded by people, most of his attacks are AoE attacks. So he's not really willing to kill them. And then blood manipulation slicing exorcism. And he does like this surgical strike towards Gojo, which obviously doesn't work, but it gives the curses a chance to get up close for them to really do not much of anything. The minimum output of his curse technique reversal is double of his amplification. Yeah, so the reversal, I might be getting them mixed up. I believe the reversal is the effectively the attack, the red. Amplification is his blue, which like absorbs things. The reversal is just the blast. And of course, purple is his hyper beam attack, where he just creates a contradiction and just obliterates everything. He won't be able to charge up his blue to effective output either. Blue, I don't know. Blue for high speed movement. Oh, because he probably uses blue for high speed movement because he pulls himself away or pulls himself towards other things. But yeah, it's difficult. And even deflecting attacks is difficult because he's deflecting into other people, potentially. Obviously, the red is difficult because blast has people in the wide range, and blue can drag in, effectively hostages. But he doesn't seem concerned, and they use domain amplification, which is similar to the simple domain. The Shinkageryu simple domain. Yeah, so it's not as guaranteed hit as a domain expansion because obviously you're creating your own world here. You're effectively, it's almost like, the way I interpret it, it's almost like creating summoning a miniature domain, a domain expansion, your innate domain, just like around your fist effectively, and then just hitting them with that. So you get the effect of the cancellation of techniques, but you lose a little bit of the certainty of having them in your own world explicitly. Kind of the best of both, not the best of both worlds, but like a compromise. It allows you a lot more mobility and a lot more flexibility than just using a domain expansion. But he's still very slippery. And they even thought through why they would use it in here because it's a very cramped space, and the domain expansion does create like a sphere which would like crush them or trap them in there, both of which would be very bad. Give me your hand. Volcano Head, I don't think he was talking about your hand, but I don't think you care. I'm shocked that you ever thought you could beat me if this is all you've got. And he pulls down the veil. Oh, the eyes. Oh, the chills. I want you to hold out for at least 20 minutes. After that, it's time for me and the prison realm. I think this was mentioned back in season 1. I think it's a special grade cursed object they have, or something like that. I think they were mentioning it in the, they were mentioning it in the cafe, right? And Volcano was like, what? You've got that thing? And Geto was like, yeah, pretty much. Oh, it's been a minute since I've watched those, but it's slowly coming back to me. So I don't think we know what he can do with it, but given the name, it's a prison. Wait, did I say prism before? I think I said prison realm. I think I read prism because I was seeing like the rainbow like bubbles. I was seeing prism. A prison realm. Yeah, he's trying to capture Gojo and remove him from the fight because that's one of the 2 conditions for winning. Capture Gojo and win over Yuji / Sukuna. Those are the conditions for winning and replacing humans with curses or swapping their positions effectively. And for Geto, I suppose, trying to get rid of the non-sorcerers, Gojo is the biggest thing in his way because it's the biggest thing that can stop him. After all, Geto is also a special grade sorcerer, of which there are only 4. So if we get rid of Gojo, it's no wonder that's a key for victory. And that's pretty much the episode. Laying out some interesting pieces. I'm excited to see where they fall. And I'm excited to see where themes will start to develop moving forward and how we'll really get into this arc. How we'll really start. It really feels like the dominoes have been set up and they're really going to start like tumbling down one by one now. And I can't wait to see where that comes because we've spent a season and a half and a movie really setting up these pieces. You could argue JJK0 was sort of doing that because it was technically written before this. But I think with the way the studios like kind of mixed it in, I would say it's safe to say this is it's a part of that building those dominoes, building out those pieces. So I'm excited to see where it all goes. If you are also excited, please do subscribe and get notified whenever new ones come out. Again, do like it. It helps me. It shows me you like it. And if there's something in the episode that I mentioned that you agree or disagree with, or you want to build off of, please do leave it in the comments. Likewise, in the episode, if there's something that I missed or something that you want to elucidate me with, or just something that you want me to talk about more that you want to bring to my attention, or just context about the episode, about history, about culture, about this, or even if you just want to say, I think Gojo's eyes are pretty, I think that too. Leave it in the comments. I would love to engage with you. It's really fun for me to do that. It's my favorite part about being a small creator is that I can really respond to every single comment. I can really get in depth with these discussions, not just in the videos, but after the videos and the discussions too. But anyways, with all of that out of the way, thank you so much. And whatever you decide to do, whether it's like, subscribe, comments, hopefully I will see you in the next one. But wherever I see you next, until then, have a lovely rest of your day.